got whatever that was. Oh, no way. Is that a largemouth? You gotta be kidding me. You've gotta be joking me. Holy cow, that's a big one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Today's video is brought to you by the Bass Forecast mobile app. More on them to come after the first good fish catch. I am excited. I say this in every episode, but especially today, to go fishing because I'm gonna learn a lot today. I hope you guys learn a lot today, and we have perfect conditions to do not only a lot of learning, but a lot of catching as well. First things first, get out my rods. White swim jig. Rod that has nothing, but it will have a spinnerbait. Rod that has a frog, but it will have a buzzbait. Rod that has a jerkbait, and it's staying a jerkbait. Of course, swim bait. Whoa! Holy cow! There's fish schooling right here. What are these? Oh my gosh! I just had one. Sitting down. Gosh! What are these? All right, white bass. I caught one. There is indeed a shad spawn going on. Wow. The fish have just started schooling around us. Gosh! There's another one. 2 in a row. Yeah, white bass are the easiest ones to get a hook in your hand. Definitely not the target species I'm going for, but that's a fun start to the day. We got ourselves a jig, and this rod here that will be a square bill. You know, just a few rods. Taylor, edit this out. I gotta find my buzz baits. Well, I don't see this as a bad spot to start for sure. Now, why do you ask, am I throwing a buzz bait to start? And why do I say it feels like a buzz baity type of day? Well, that's because the conditions we have today are I would say immediate post-spawn, because here in North Texas, a lot of these fish spawned late this year, but it has been in the high 90s the last like 3 days. And so I really think we could see some full-blown summertime conditions, especially if the sun pokes out. But that's kind of why I'm excited about today, because I don't think it will. I think today we're gonna get cloud cover for the entire day, which means that I can do the fun stuff, which is cover water. I can throw a buzzbait. I can throw a square bill. I can throw stinking topwater like I was, a walking bait. Either way, I know there are bait fish in here, and man, we have some really cool places to fish. We got rock points, we've got flooded grass. I'm excited to take you guys along with me on today's fishing day on a, by the way, brand new lake. Never been here before. Got some intel from a buddy of mine who says they be chewing. And so I'm gonna hope to confirm what he's talking about. But the first thing I look for this time of year, again, post-spawn, is the shad spawn. Now up north, you guys don't really have much of a shad spawn. But down south here we do. The specifically threadfin shad will all group together. They will spawn up in the shallows, specifically against hard cover. So the edge of docks, really any kind of rock. And if you don't have hard bottom or hard structure, they'll find the hardest thing they can. So grass is a big one, underwater aquatic vegetation, and the bass will take advantage of those. So obviously the sandies, the white bass, have taken advantage of that today, but I haven't seen any largemouth up here yet. Not to say there can't be, because I bet there is, but they may be a little more sneaky in the way they approach eating these things than the whiteys, because whiteys are dumb, and there's a lot more of them. But I really just kind of feel like burning the bank here right next to the ramp. We got some shallow flooded shoreline grass. This lake came up a few feet from some rain. Lots of life. I'm seeing white bass school behind me, but we're not going after the whites. If we were, man, I could get a little popper and just wait for them to erupt into the air, and I would cast at them. But I'm gonna refrain unless they look a little different. Ooh, there's a snake up there. There's a snake up there. Oh, and I caught a tree. But one thing that's true about the shad spawn here in the south is that oftentimes there are too many shad for their, well, that didn't make any sense. There are proportionally more shad than the bass can even be around. So you're gonna see lots of bait fish spawning, but it doesn't mean the bass are gonna be there. There's a lot more white bass and sandies, so likelihood of me finding those fish schooling is a lot higher than finding largemouth. So nothing was on that flat point. Cranked the move on high. I'm honestly not even paying attention to live scope. At this time of the year, I'm looking on the bank for birds and actual schooling action. Maybe later on in the day, if the sun popped out, I'd live scope around a little more, but man, to start here, we are just covering water. Yeah, there was one. No indication though if that was a largemouth. And I'm just gonna burn down the bank here for a few hundred yards. Again, brand new lake. I have no idea what spot's good. I'm just looking for bait fish activity, which, to be honest, I should probably hop on the big engine and find the birds, but I just want to fish for a second. Ooh, hello. Hey, 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 let's go. Ooh, is that a spotted bass? We have ourselves a spotted bass, folks. A little spotted dog. If it'll focus, there it is on the buzzbait. Okay, so we have our first little success. Beautiful. Thank you, my friend. But as pretty as all this rock is, I don't think this is high percentage enough. I think these fish are already on the points. So, trolling motor on 20 as I hit a dock. And I'm gonna skedaddle all the way up to this little secondary point. We're on the main lake, the main drag almost now, but it's because it's not a very fingery lake. But if the first bite we got was on a point, I might as well continue to hop some points. That's the biggest thing I see young anglers, I've actually watched this with guys in my boat, do wrong, is they catch a fish and they don't immediately start to try to pattern what just happened. They just keep fishing. And so if you want to catch more bass every day you go out, man, you have to be efficient. Your mind's got to be racing. Why did that fish bite? How can I get him to bite in a different place, doing the same thing? Was that a fluke? And really just fishing faster. Man, I see so many people that just waste their fishing days by just kind of like holding their rod, making a leisurely cast. And you know what? If that's what you want, go for it. But I'm all about catching a few. Oh my goodness, a third snake. Wow, there he is. Look at that, look at that guy. Look at him swim. Oh, hold up. Hold up, buddy. Let's get out of here. I would prefer you not be in my boat. Holy cow, a fourth snake. 4 of them so far. I don't know if that's good luck or bad luck. And we're gonna pull the trolling motor up and go somewhere else. Do I know where? No. But I'm gonna look on the map and figure it out. New spot. And even though I wanna keep throwing the buzz bait, I'm gonna throw a little 1.5 square bill out there. I'm gonna beeline for a little area back here that honestly looks pretty junky. It's kind of like a sand mud flat, but it transitions to rock and there's a bird sitting on it. And as you can tell, the lake is pretty low. I mean, they came up a few feet and these docks are still, some of them 15, 20 feet out of the water. It's crazy. A 5th snake. Unreal. I'm gonna call this Snaky Lakey. Oh, snake number 6 in the tree. Unbelievable. Oh, there's one, big one. Big one on the buzzbait. On the buzzbait, yes sir. Yes sir. Power pull down. Power pull down. Come on now. Come on now. Get in this boat. Yes. All right. MLF style. Oh, dang it. Slight touch. Heck yeah, folks. First good one of the day on the dang buzzbait. Got it right there, side of the mouth. And that wasn't even that explosive of a strike. But I moved to the back of this pocket here, and there's, as you can see, bigger chunk rock, like way bigger. Not natural at all. That's just put here in the lake. And got ourselves our first good fish. I don't know, 2.5, maybe pushing 3 pounds. Not big enough for the measuring board. Got my Fishing Chaos tournament going on and the Strike King Big Bass Challenge. I'm competing against all the Strike King employees and pro staff guys. So I gotta catch 5 like 25 inches to win that thing. But hey, yo, first big one. And that was shallow. I'm talking on the bank. And that reminds me, hey, this video is brought to you by Bass Forecast. Let's talk about it. Bass Forecast is an awesome fishing mobile app that I have had a hand in helping design the algorithm for over the past few years. And let me tell you, it is very helpful for you guys as bass anglers. So all you've got to do is put in your location in the app. It'll pull up a rating based on 1 to 10 on how the fish should be behaving on your body of water based on current and future weather data. New moon 2 days ago, stable barometer. And so if I go here to where we are, you have the ability to toggle back to post-spawn or to the dog days of summer, depending on how the fish, at least you think, are acting on your body of water. And then you can actually select what type of cover you're fishing or just none at all. It'll give you a good overall rounded selection of lures. And I know they work because I had a hand in putting these in the app. But one of the coolest features in the app is that I have put instructional videos in this app for each individual lure type. So soft jerkbait, stickbait, we have key features, top tips, matching forage, rod, reel, line, and hook set. We have all those videos inside this app for every lure category. That way, if Bass Forecast recommends a lure, you are not stuck out on the water not knowing how to fish it. I am super proud of how the app turned out over the past few years. It's helped me catch more fish and tons of you guys as well. I will have a link down in the video description. The premium version is only $20 a year, and that gets you a $20 Tackle Warehouse gift card that has no minimum purchase limit. So it's basically free. So enough talking about that. Let's catch some more fish. There's one. There's one. What do we got? Hey, spotted dog. We're just gonna, yep, we're gonna do that. All right, that's a spotted bass on the end of a point that had some bait. You know what? The biggest fish we've had has been on the biggest chunk rock. So I'm gonna get us to the main lake point. All right, here we go. Gosh, there was one on the buzz bait, on the old buzzer. The old buzzer bait. Gosh, no matter how many times I want to pick something else up, I go with the buzz bait and I get a bite. So you kind of got to do on days like this what the bass are telling you. And right now they're telling me buzz bait. But the biggest key to buzz bait fishing, and really a lot of reaction lures, I mean, you could lump square bills and spinner baits, top waters into this, is that you want to maximize the strike zone. So all these bites are coming on the bank. So if I'm out here making a cast perpendicular to the bank, my bait's in the strike zone for 2 milliseconds. So you want to get your boat, or if you're a bank fisherman, you want to get your body positioned as much as you can in line with the strike zone to parallel. I know I talk about it all the time, but paralleling is just junk fishing 101. Yeah, there's one on the buzz bait on a main lake point in the wind. Yeah, that's an ugly fish. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. He is a Senko bass. That means he's probably got a Senko stuck in his digestive tract. But I love it. I love that we got a little bit of wind, kind of access some disturbance on the water. And man, these fish are shallow. This is great. I think all I've got to do today is cover water and I'll continue to catch fish. And I'm gonna bulk up my trailer a little bit and super glue it on. As they say, a little dab will do ya. Push that swim bait trailer right on up there. Not the best rigging, but I think she'll do. And maybe it's a little windy on this point for a buzz bait, but we'll still try it. We may have entered spinnerbait territory. Tell you what, I can cast this thing further with a 4.5-inch swim bait, but it does not buzz as well. What an ugly looking dock. I feel like I'm in, what's that movie with the people that live in the desert and they've got funny masks and they can't breathe because they're fighting over oil? What's it called? Mad Max. That's what it is. Well, one thing I can confidently say is that the fish are not in the shallow flooded grass. So I'm gonna kick it on high and really focus on the pattern that I think we're developing. Oh, dang it. My camera's dead back there. Focus on the pattern that I think we're developing, which is chunky rock, kind of main lake or secondary, or it could be chunky if it's all the way in the back. So I'm gonna fish this point, then get up on plane and run around till I find more stuff that fits visually what I've been catching them on. I've got a good feeling about this point. Good feeling. A little bit of ripple, weather changing. I think metaphorically and physically, we've got a storm a-brewing, which usually makes fish, especially in the warmer months, go bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. All right, I didn't go bananas there. Next spot. Well, we ran down the lake a little bit to the entrance to a marina, which in my opinion is never a bad place to fish any time of the year, but especially this time of year. Fish are coming off beds. Bluegill probably spawning back in that marina as well. Even though water is low, the entrance to the marina, the choke point, still has water on the good chunk rock. So I'm gonna cast around the big swim bait just for a few seconds. I feel like a wind-blown choke point is a really high percentage place to catch a large one. It's got some depth in the middle. Yeah, it's 15 feet out there. See if we can't snatch a big one here. It's kind of a risky move. I say risky, I'm fun fishing. Nothing's risky, but it is not high percentage with this bait. I just feel like if I'm gonna catch a big one, it's gonna be here on this thing. Oh, got me excited. One thing I don't like about this point is that when the water's so low, all this mud kind of gets thrown up on the bank here. And so that usually pushes fish off. When they are used to the clear water or clearish water and it gets muddier, it's rare that they actually sit in that. They're gonna leave, so for the most part. So worth a try. I like the idea, but no good results. Let's go back up the lake, get out of the wind a little bit. So we are back to a little bit calmer water, and I'm gonna go back to the buzzbait. I mean, it's worked for me so far. What I don't like was the trailer I chose. Oop, I'm gonna put the trolling motor down. I feel like the trailer was a little too bulky. I really want like a horny toad, but I don't have any white ones. I'm surprised. And I'm lazy, so I'm not gonna super glue it. If I catch more fish on this thing, I'll grab a new one and get the super. Phew! Gar. Dang. Gosh, broke me off. Straight up snapped me. And I don't think I have another buzzbait. Let's see what we got here. Oh, and I just broke a pair of scissors. Sick, that's my favorite pair. Chrome Patroller it is. Man, there's gar here, and look at all these carp on the bank. Don't really know if I'm feeling this spot. The wind is slashing against the rocks. Let's ski-daddle. Pulled up to another little main lake riprap cut. I'm gonna throw a spinnerbait. There's one. Gosh, I just got nailed, and my drag was so loose. Holy cow. What was I throwing on this last time? You know, I gotta tell y'all something. When I looked at Bass Forecast earlier and I saw that the conditions or the rating was not like a 9, I was shocked. I was thinking, man, these conditions are awesome. It is cloudy, a little bit windy. These fish should be chewing up. And just like the post-spawn, oh, is that a fish? There's one. Hey, just like the post-spawn tends to do, it's tough fishing. And the whole, oh, dang it. Man, and just like that fish getting off and disappointing me, this whole time of year can be really, really disappointing because the conditions might seem so fishy, but sometimes the fish just don't bite the way you think they should. And I think this day has definitely met the expectations that Bass Forecast set for me. I just didn't want to have those expectations. And that's my first fish catch, I say fish catch, fish hookup in an area kind of a little bit farther off the bank. I've got the point that's back there, and then a whole bunch of little stick-ups here, little old bushes. And that was, I don't know, 1.5 pound, 2 pounder, nothing major, but I wish this was more patternable. It just hasn't been the case so far. And as usual, I doubted Bass Forecast, but I think it was right again. Hey, there's one. There's one, yes sir, okay. So that is 2 bass, a small one and an even smaller one, out, ooh, hello, out in these stick-ups here. So maybe that's a pattern, maybe Davy Wavy. Okay, probably a fluke. Didn't get any more bites on a few more of those stick-ups, so keep it rolling. I've got a good feeling about this little stretch. We got lots of little fingers and cuts, some shallow, some steep. We'll see. I'm also gonna switch square bill colors. I just don't think this one is the juice, as the kids say. Little Strike King square bill. I'm not sure exactly which model this is. I think it's like a 4S maybe. It's got some weird name. It's not a 1.5. Kevin can't claim all of them. Well, they're not back here. Despite this being the most patroller looking place I've fished yet. Whoa, hello. Holy moly. Whoa. What is that? That was the biggest brown, I mean, it looked like a little black, like a brown bear, but it's probably a beaver, judging by all the sticks I see in there. I think I legitimately found like a beaver hut. He was chilling inside that tire. I scared him and he like spun around and swam that way. So yeah, we got a beaver in here. Didn't mean to scare you, buddy. Sorry about that. Either a beaver or the world's largest nutria rat. That's crazy. Man, today is just wild. All right, no more pockets for me unless they look really good and AKA they have bigger chunk rock. But I think stuff that I just ran is really springtime level stuff. And with these last few days in the 90s we've had, I think that's just pushed all these fish out. I mean, water temp's only 72, so it's not that warm. They should still, matter of fact, you can still spawn in 72, but I just don't think that many fish are in these pockets. So I'm gonna focus on the main lake for the next hour or so until the storm probably hits us. There's just no pattern. It's crazy. You know, one thing we haven't tried yet is a shad-colored thunder cricket. Let's give this a try. What a high dive. Wow. A good 10 feet. Bet I can do a triple somersault off that one. This is lame, lame, lame. There we go. Finally. Oh, gosh dang it. He ate it again. I had him on. He got off. I paused it after he got off and he ate it again. Again, a little spotted bass. He's peeing on me. Good grief. Where are the lunkers? This is frustrating. I know there's bigger fish in this lake. It's just kind of obvious to me that a lot of them have probably moved offshore. Even though the water temperature wouldn't tell you that, that's just kind of the results I'm seeing. I'm not catching any big ones up in the stuff they should be on this time of year. Oh, no way. What do we got? We got a bass. A spotted dog. Well, fished a point, vibrating jig. Not a large one, but a one, a bass. And again, no pattern. What the heck? That dude was just like in the middle of a rock shoal. I ain't caught one doing that yet. Gosh, another one, another spotted bass. Goodness. Hey, buddy. Hey. Let's just chill. Thank you, buddy. Goodness. We have found the spotted bass capital of West Texas right now. Someone call Jesse Wiggins. Tell them they're biting. And as much as I like to make fun of the small spotted bass and seem ungrateful for them, I am grateful because it's been a tough late morning here, and to get a few back to back feels good. My little adjustment to the chartreuse and white thunder cricket paid off. I don't think those fish would have hit top water on this spot, and if they would have, it would have been an explosion they probably miss. So I'm glad I kind of went subsurface. There's one. Yes, sir. Man, they are loaded. The spotted bass are low. Oh, goodness, stop it. The little spotted dogs. Beautiful fish, though. I like the way spotted bass look and the way they fight. I just wish they were 4 pounds bigger. It's funny, I don't see them on scope at all. They're just totally hidden in the rocks. And I'm willing to bet if I pulled out the shaky head on this spot, I'd probably catch a few as well. Dang, son, we got some fish out there. What are those? Not bass, I don't think. Got whatever that was. Oh, no way. Is that a largemouth? You gotta be kidding me. You've gotta be joking me. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. That's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ho, 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 ho. Alrighty. Finally found what the big bass are doing. Goodness gracious. They were sitting on a brush pile out there, as I expected. I'm gonna go ahead and get my net just because I can. And I'm pumped. This one's going on the board, baby. This one's going on the dang board. What a strong, healthy bass. I don't know how big this is, really, 6-7 pounds maybe. It's long though. It's exactly what I need for the tournament. Yes. Oh, holy cow. That's the power of forward facing right there. Turned what was just a fun day in one cast towards an area that I know the bass are. They slid off a little bit deeper, turned it into a stellar day. Holy cow. Gorgeous fish. And just look at the way he ate that Z2. Hopefully I'll focus on that. Down the face hole. Dang. Dang, dang, dang. Got him. That was fun. We're gonna put you in the live well just for a minute because there was another one as well. Good length-based fish, baby. Yes. All right, as far as I can tell, that was the only, I know there was two there, but as far as fish that are left, that was the only fish. My heart is still beating, man. That's crazy. I do want to see how much it weighs, but honestly, I'm more concerned with how long it is because that's what's important to me right now at these online tournaments. 22-inch bass. Make sure the picture's good. Goodness, what a beautiful specimen of a fish right there. That made my day. That made my week, my month. Oh, I got to get an Instagram story. Let's stinking go. Yes. A 22-incher is one that I can have in the tournament, but I need 4 more that are larger than that. Hey, if you're not subscribed yet, what the heck are you doing? Well, I want to keep scoping, especially if there's more brush to be found out here, but catching them on a chatterbait's fun too, so might alternate around. This is just such a perfect area. Little pockets, they spawn in right next to the main lake. I'm pretty sure map-wise, let me look at the map. Yeah, it's basically on a flat that drops off kind of ledge-like to the main channel out here. So it's perfect. Access to deep water, access to a flat and a shallow water. There's bait around and brush piles. I mean, you can't find a better spot than this for really a lot of times of the year, but especially the spring and summer. There's one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Spotted bass. Let's go. Actually, wait, largemouth. A largie. On the Thunder Cricket, they're loaded on this point here. This hump, this shoal, whatever you want to call it. And I caught a few earlier up on it, and now I'm spot locked off, casting towards what looks like about 5 feet of water and just slow rolling it. And man, that really makes me feel like the way that I'm catching these fish here, a lot of the ones I'm seeing on scope are bass. They're just being real tricky. Because I just saw stuff on scope way out there. I see them occasionally chasing stuff up near the point. So I'm gonna spend some time here. Hopefully we can land on a few more. There's a good population of fish right here. And when you find that, especially in the post spawn, slow the heck down. Gosh, had another one. Man, the spotted bass are loaded on this shoal. That's for sure. Uh-oh, I see the storm coming. It's not close, but it's not far. Well, if I don't catch one here, this will be my last cast of the day here. Power pull down. Ah, one more. I like the way it looks over there. So if the goal was to beat the post-spawn funk, I would say we did that. Was it easy? Absolutely not, but I think the weather today did help a little bit because if it was like dead calm, bright sun, post-frontal, probably would have got like one bite. The only bite I probably would have gotten would be on the jig head minnow, but I'm glad I was able to put together a little bit of a pattern without forward-facing sonar. I think if I had run that main lake stick-up pattern with the square bill, also with a Thunder Cricket, I probably would have caught some more fish doing that as well. There's just a lot of ways to catch them this time of the year, but it's not always easy, and I think today proved that. But I am proud of myself for sticking through with a very tough bite for really the majority of the day today, but we ended up catching a good amount of fish, and hopefully you guys had as much fun as as I did. As always, down in the video description of all my videos, I will have linked the exact rods, reels, line, bait, color, etc. that I use in today's video. And if y'all could shop for your tackle using those links, they are affiliate links, it would help me and my family continue to have this be my full-time job. I'm gonna leave 2 videos in the corners, this one here being my vibrating jig, my chatterbait masterclass, as we caught some on that today, and in this corner over here will be my jig head minnow, the Damiki rig, the midstrol, whatever you want to call it. That masterclass will be up here in this corner. Both really helpful videos that teach you guys exactly how to do what I did with these 2 lures. My name's Tyler. As always, it's a pleasure, and we'll see you guys next time right here on TRF.